Good morning, everyone. Got a little paint on the coffee table. I was painting last night. Painting miniatures and stuff like that. I've been kind of contemplating doing it all weekend, and, well, yesterday I took the opportunity. Under less than ideal conditions, mind you, but then again, my painting isn't exactly ideal. You can look at it and tell it's, yeah. Anyway, you know what day it is. Moonology Monday, we're officially starting our week, and we're going to see exactly what we're manifesting, because I've got the Moonology manifestation cards in today, and so they will be providing our reading. And of course, we did Full Scale Friday, which had a pretty intensely powerful message. I'm kind of wondering, will the cards tell us what we want to hear, which we want to hear everything's okay? Or will they tell us what we need to hear if things aren't? Let's start with you. Starting with you, we have full moon in Aquarius, which says be real. Now, being real, being genuine, that is definitely a part of life. You know, I got to thinking about that movie High Plains Drifter this morning. And something kind of came to mind. And what came to mind was, if you haven't seen this movie, and you don't want the spoilers, I'll put a timestamp up on the screen. And that way you won't get them. But anyway. Let me give you the synopsis of plot to this movie, because as it's revealed later in the movie, what you have is a town called Lago. This town had a marshal. The marshal found out that the gold mine that kind of fed this town and kept it up and running, kept it alive, went under federal land. So there was no way they could mine it anymore. At least not in a real way. The marshal was then going to go to the federal government and expose this and say, hey, listen, looks like our gold mines kind of run up against your land here. Rather than work out a deal, the town had some ruffians, shall we say, literally whip him to death in the streets. And then in turn, the sheriff, after they had spent a night drinking and celebrating the murder of this marshal, he went in and arrested them. Well, the town had its gold mine. Ill-gotten. And now these boys' jail term was coming up. Drifter rides into town, and now they want him to defend the entire town against these guys, because the town is full of stone-cold cowards. You see. And I'm going to stop right there, because now we're going to get back to the card. It says sometimes we pursue someone or something for all the wrong reasons. You know, our ego does tend to get involved, and before we know it, we're driving ourselves crazy chasing something that may not even be right for us. So, What the full moon in Aquarius is reminding you is that sometimes you need to back off a little bit. Worry less, trust more. This is more about fun and laughter, but you'll take all the fun out of it if you spend too long in your head rather than your heart. You might win, but it might not be a great victory. Sort of like the town of Lago. They won, but at what cost? Ladies and gentlemen, I can point to you several examples in tabletop role-playing circles. Oh yeah, if you demand this, that, and the third happen, yeah, you're probably going to win, but at what cost? Isn't it about having fun anyway? I mean, look, painting miniatures, I can tell you right now, my miniature painting skills suck. But they're just there for fun. Some people are like super pro at it. I mean, they can get those things like pristine looking. Me, I'm not so great. But this is my first time. I'm working with less than ideal equipment and paint, so just is what it is. At the end, for me, will they be serviceable? The answer is yes. They will be. In time. Anyway, your past. A full moon in Gemini, which means you have to embrace the flow of life. Sometimes things are just not going to go your way. Life's a lot like a river. It ebbs and flows. It has its little ups and downs. Some days it's very calm water. Some days it's very rough water. You're going to have to just embrace that. Hey, sometimes that river will take you off of a cliff. Got to know when to get out. Hop out of it for a little while. Figure out how you can navigate it a little more safely. Just remember, don't take all the fun out of it. We're pointing right back at this card right here, which is you being real today. So, your present. First quarter moon in Aries, this is you stepping into your power. Remember, as a matter of fact, I want to read a little something to you. Yeah, you're seeing me on camera there. Okay. And this comes from the book The New Magus, and I just want to see here. That's the introduction. Unmanifest. I think this is where it is. Actually, no. Yes, here we go. So remember, I'll kind of go back just a little bit here. A man or a woman not need to be a prophet to experience this. It can and has descended upon the most humble of individuals, and in all cases has transformed their lives. For light conveys in deeper language than words, deeper than images, the great truth of life. When a person has been enlightened, he or she understands in his heart why he was born and what he must do with his time on earth. The Magus views the light as a real phenomenon of the mental kind to be sought out as a source of transcendental wisdom. His most common and earnest magical act is to court the light in the hope that it may manifest itself in all its brilliance. To attain this desire may change him in ways society would not deem favorable. When the Magus attains harmony with the all, the things of the world often lose their illusion of importance. So the very reason the Magus thinks he desires the power and wisdom of the light may become meaningless once the light has transformed him. Remember, we talked about having power for the sake of power. Pursuing power and influence and wealth just for the sake of them can often corrupt you. But if you're seeking wisdom, if you're seeking those things, that is how you step into this. And then all the power and influence and all the stuff that you kind of thought you wanted becomes inconsequential. And your potential outcome here is a new moon in Cancer, which means you now have time to kick back and relax. So today, remember, being authentic is going to be your most important. It's going to be the most important thing you can do. You know, I want to draw one more card just to be on the goofy side here. And right there, last quarter moon in Aquarius. Reflect on your priorities. So, today, I want you to prioritize. Look, this flow here, this represents that bit of chaos in your life. The ebb, the flow, the wave, the choppy water, the still water, no matter what it is. Reflect on your priorities a little bit. Figure out where it is your actions are going to be the most important. Because by being authentic, by prioritizing, by just stepping into that flow, no matter how chaotic, no matter how hard it may be pushing against you, this is where you step into your real power. And at the end of it, just relax. Take a load off. Don't worry about it anymore. Because in all honesty, it's not yours to worry about. And that's the best summary I can come up with for you. So, I hope this resonates with you. Hope the passage from that book resonated with you too. To be honest, we need more of it in the world. You know, I've had people praise me for my calm at times, but there are times where I'm like, I just want to shred something. I want to rip it to ribbons right now. Sometimes we gotta resist that urge though. We need to know what needs to get done. We can speak plainly without being complete rude, jerks about it. You don't have to blow up at somebody. You just walk up to them and say, hey, I need you to do me a big favor. I need you to get on these things. Just start here. Once you finish that, move on to this one. Then once you finish that, move on to that one. Be sure to note these details. Take care of that for me. Okay? I got a lot of stuff I need to do. This would help me out a lot. Makes sense. Especially if you're in a business like mine. Yeah, boy, chaos reigns supreme a lot. It's constant fighting between order and chaos in there. But I hope you have a wonderful Monday. And I want to leave you with the words that I always leave you with. I love you all. Take care of yourselves and each other. Always do what lights you up. And as always, shine on. was a pretty good reading. Told us definitely what we needed to hear. A little bit of what we wanted to hear. I think we wanted to hear that the chaos and pandemonium was over. And unfortunately it's not. But we're told how to deal with it. And by the way, I want to apologize for not doing the high notes card pull for Friday or this weekend. My apologies for that. It literally got up a little late. Well, you know, not so late that I was late to work, but enough that I didn't have time to even spare a minute. And I want to thank you to all who turned out for the weekend reading, because that one was a wild one. There we are. Alright. But we will be doing a reading for today on high notes, a single card. And I will probably even go fish out my Viking Oracle deck to do that reading as a makeup. So I hope to see you there. By the way, any private readings you want done, links are in the description down below. Instructions are there too. Be sure to follow them. And yeah, 2 readings, birthday reading, all yours. Still got to do a birthday reading for someone. Yeah, I got to do that. Oh, by the way, Thursday and Friday, I will be here, don't worry. But I am off those days, so any private readings that come between now and then, I will be doing those on those days. Oh yeah, this is not the book I was reading from, by the way. That's one of my RPG books. It's a coffee table book now. Or tea table, if you will. Anyway, hey, if you'd like to play one of those with me, comment down below. I'll get you in. We'll hang out. We'll have a good time. But in the meantime, hope to see you on high notes. All right, take care. Till we see each other again. Love you all.